Welcome back to part two of the top 100 albums of 2019. We left off on number 51, Dark Throne with Old Star. Now, at number 50, we got Collective Soul with Blood. This is one of my personal favorite albums of the 2019. Them Blues is my personal favorite song from this album, and this album has more of a 90s Collective Soul vibe to it. But it's a good album. I like it a lot. Number 49 is The Owl by Zac Brown Band. This is one of my personal favorite albums of 2019. Has more of a signature pop sound to it, but overall, it's a very good album. Coming in at number 48 is Evolution by Cobra and the Lotus. This is an awesome hard rock album. Like it a lot. Burn is my personal favorite song off this album, including the title track Evolution. If you like Hailstorm and Nickelback, you will enjoy this album a lot. Number 47 is Disentune with the Decaying Light. This is a very good album. It's not bad of a record. Has a lot of technical death metal sounds to it, but it's a super fast and aggressive death metal record. Number 46 is Die Erd is Murdered with Human Target. This is an awesome deathcore album of 2019. My favorite tracks from this album are Make America Hate Again and the title track Human Target. Number 45 is Andy Grammer with Naive. The first time I was introduced to Andy Grammer was at Best Buy. I was looking at Bose's signature Sonic Revolve and Real Plus Bluetooth speakers, and the demo that was featured on both speakers was the song Yellow Eyes by Andy Grammer. That was the first time I heard his music, so I checked out Naive when it first came out in 2019, and I enjoyed this album from start to finish. Number 44 is Hive Mind with Retaliation. This is an awesome hard rock album of 2019. It has a mixture of old school Shinedown mixed with Periphery when it comes to the progressive metal sound. But overall, it's a very good album. Assassins and the title track Retaliation are my personal favorite songs from this album. And this is my first album that introduced me to Hive Mind in general. Number 43 is Beck with Hyperspace. If you like Beck's music, this album is not a disappointment at all. I heard a few songs off of his previous album, 2017's Colors, and that was a good album. A few songs off of it are very good. But I listened to Hyperspace and I enjoyed it a lot. Number 42 is Bad Wolves with Nation. This is their second album, followed to their debut 2018 release. This album has a mixture of hard rock and that metalcore sound that a lot of metalheads enjoy. Number 41 is 9 by Blink-182. This album does not feature Tom DeLonge vocals, however, it's still a good album, has that classic Blink-182 sound to it. Number 40 is The Infernal Pathway by 1349. This is a very fast and aggressive black metal album. There's a lot of blast beats on this album, and most of the songs are heavy and brutal. Number 39 is Puddle of Mud with Welcome to Galvania. This is an awesome Puddle of Mud that will be a classic Puddle of Mud album 10 to 20 years from now. That reminds me of songs from Come Clean and Life on Display. And this is their comeback album since their previous album came out back in 2009. Number 38 is Starset with Divisions. This is my personal favorite album by Starset. I need to listen to the first two albums, but most of the songs on this album are awesome. Number 37 is Dragon Force with Extreme Power Metal. This is an awesome Dragon Force album. A lot of fast technical guitar solos, but it's a Dragon Force album. Alright. And number 38, of course, was Divisions by Starset, if you weren't paying attention. Number 36 is Finding God Before God Finds Me by Bad Omens. This is an awesome metal album as well. Highly recommend you check out Bad Omens if you've never heard of their music. Number 35 is Iggy Azalea with In My Defense. If you like modern hip hop, highly recommend you check out this album. Big Bag is my personal favorite song from this album. Number 34 is Sudden Sky by Crown the Empire. This is an awesome metalcore album as well. A lot of clean vocals on this album as well. Number 33 is Igor by Tyler the Creator. I wish that this album featured more hip hop freestyles, but mostly samples and a bit of singing on this album, which is not too bad, but it's still a good album. Number 32 is Danny Worsnop with Shades of Blue. This is Danny's second full-length album, followed to his 2017 debut album, The Long Road Home. This is a very good album. Number 31 is Schoolboy Q with Crash Talk. This is an awesome hip-hop album as well. Never heard of Schoolboy Q, and this is the album that introduced me to his music. Number 30 is Cage the Elephant with Social Cues. This is my personal favorite Cage the Elephant album in their discography, besides their self-titled album and Thank You, Happy Birthday. Number 29 is The Undying Light by Fallujah. This is the album that features a new vocalist. This album does not feature death metal growls, however it features a lot of high screams, so if you like At the Gates, highly recommend you check out this album. Number 28 is After the Burial with Evergreen. This is my personal favorite album, besides their 2016 release, Dig Deep. Number 27 is Happiness Begins by the Jonas Brothers. This is an awesome album as well. Mostly a lot of pop-friendly songs on this album, but overall it's a good record. Number 26 is Whitechapel with The Valley. This album features clean vocals once again, especially on the songs Third Depth and Hickory Creek, which are my personal favorite songs, besides Black Bear. Number 25 is I Prevail with Trauma. I heard some of the songs off this album and they're amazing. Highly recommend you check out I Prevail if you never heard of them. Number 24 is Mark Morton with Anesthetic. This is the guitarist from Lamb of God who released an album that features different guest vocalists on this album, especially the final song that features Chester Bennington. Chester Bennington's vocals on Crossed Off are amazing. I wish that Linkin Park's last album was more of a hard rock album, but at least we were left with an awesome legacy that Chester left behind on this particular track. It's heavy and brutal. Number 23 is In Flames with I the Mask. This is a lot better than their 2016 release, Battles. But at least most of the songs on this album are very good. Number 22 is Badflower with Okay I'm Sick. This is the first album that introduced me to Badflower as well. And Ghost is my personal favorite track from this album. Number 21 is Who Do You Trust by Papa Roach. This is my personal favorite Papa Roach album in their discography, besides Infest and Metamorphosis. Number 20 is Fever 333 with Strength in Numbers. This is more of a hip hop slash hard rock album. Highly recommend checking them out. And this is the first album that introduced me to their music as well. Number 19 is Built to Destroy by Insight. This is an awesome metal album. If you like Soulfly, I highly recommend you check out Insight. Number 18 is Father of the Bride by Vampire Weekend. This is a follow-up to their 2013 release, but overall this is a good alternative rock album. Number 17 is my personal favorite album 2019, Void by War of Ages. I like it a lot. It's a very good album. Highly recommend you check out War of Ages. And they're a band that doesn't disappoint. And this is a follow-up to their 2017 release that was released in December of 2017. But if you never heard of War of Ages, I highly recommend you check them out. Most of the songs on this album, Void, remind me of For Today's music, and I wish that For Today were together, but what can you do? My favorite songs from Void are The Watchers, Void, Blood of the Earth, Miles Apart, and Sulfur and Salt. Those are my favorite songs from this album. But I highly recommend you check out Void by War of Ages. Number 16 is The Nothing by Korn. Jonathan Davis locked himself in the studio to record this album. He put a lot of anger and emotion in this album since he lost his wife in 2018. But at least this album is heavy and dark, and it reminds me of an old school Korn album. Number 15 is 3 by the Lumineers. This is their third album. Once again, the Lumineers are still following their sound, just like the previous two albums, has more of like an acoustic alternative sound. At least this album is incredible. Leader of the Landslide is my personal favorite song from this album. It's number 15. Number 14 is Of Mice and Men with Earth and Sky. This is an awesome metal album as well. Highly recommend you check it out if you never heard of Of Mice and Men. And most of their older albums are fantastic as well. Number 13 is Slithering Evisceration by Visceral Disgorge. Awesome brutal death metal album. A big improvement since the previous album, 2011's Ingesting Putridity. Sorry about that. The vocals were lost in the mix on the album. At least the production on this album is a lot better than the 2011 release. But at least it's heavy and brutal. Number 12 is Aaron Lewis with State I'm In. If you like country, I highly recommend you check out Aaron Lewis's music. And this album is fantastic, including the title track. Number 11 is another country album, John Party with Heartache Medication. The title track on this album is amazing, as well as the rest of the album. Has a lot of like 90s country vibes to it. Highly recommend you check it out. Number 10 is Hidden History of the Human Race by Blood Incantation. This is more of a doomy death metal album. If you like slow, doomy death metal, highly recommend you check out Blood Incantation. Number 9 is Vital Deprivation by Signs of the Swarm. This is an awesome slamming deathcore album. Highly recommend you check it out. It's a good album. Number 8 is another comeback album of 2019, Revelations to Oblivion by Possessed. In 1986, they released their previous album, and then 33 years later, here we are, they released Revelations to Oblivion, which is an awesome death metal album. And my favorite songs from this album are Shadow Cult and No More Room in Hell. Number 7 is Planetary Clairvoyant by Tumult. This is another awesome death metal album of 2019. Highly recommend you check it out if you never heard of Tumult. Number 6 is Periphery with Periphery 4. Hellstand. This is an awesome album, especially the song Reptile, which is about 16 minutes long or so. It's a good song, and Blood Eagle is my second favorite song from this album. Number 5 is another doom metal release, Candlemass with A Door to Doom. If you like doom metal, I highly recommend you check this album out. Most of the songs on this album are very awesome. Number 4 is Gatecreeper with their album Deserted. This is a follow-up to their debut 2016 release, Sonora Deprivation. And From the Ashes is my personal favorite song from this album, including Sweltering Madness, which is re-recorded and is featured on this album. So that's one of the best highlights about this album. That's number 4. Number 3 is Shaped by Fire by As I Lay Dying. This album got so much controversy because Tim Lambesis, when he got out of prison, he got together with the band and they did some apology video and all that stuff, and he said he would make changes. And in 2018 they released the first single from this album, Mountain Grave, and in April 2019 they released the song with Jake Lurs on it. It's called Redefined. It's a good song. And in September they released Shaped by Fire, and it's a good album. And some people are forgiving Tim for what he did and moving on since he's changing, and others are not forgiving him for what he did and they're staying away from this album. At least the music on this album is good. Tim's vocals have changed a lot over the years. Has a more of a death metal sound to it, and Josh Gilbert's vocals have improved, and he has pushed the boundaries on his clean vocals. Number 2 is Fear Inoculum by Tool. This album beat Taylor Swift's album Lover on the Billboard charts, which pissed a lot of fans off when it comes to our fan base, but at least Tool's back with an awesome album. It's been 13 years since 10,000 Days came out, and 13 years later they released Fear Inoculum. And when the album came out, they released the deluxe edition, which features 3 bonus tracks besides the 7 songs, and it came with this interesting rechargeable screen that features a bit of like a VR, virtual reality footage of the album. But at least it's very good. Highly recommend you check it out. And number 1 is We Are Not Your Kind by Slipknot. This is a follow-up to their 2014 release, Point 5 The Great Chapter. Highly recommend you check it out. And this album once again features Alexandro Venturella on bass and Jay Weinberger on drums. This album does not feature Chris Fenn since, according to Slipknot, he quit in March 2019. There was a interesting mystery man on this album, Tortilla Man. So that's very interesting. And my favorite songs from this album are Unsainted, which is the first single from this album that came out May 16, 2019. Birth of the Cruel, Soul Wafer, Red Flag, and Orphan, which is my 5th favorite song from this album, and highly recommend you check it out. It's a good album. Well, that's my top 100 albums of 2019. Post in the comments below and let me know what are your favorite albums of 2019, and stick around for more future album and track reviews, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.